Hi everybody, this is Tracy from 2nd-8th Tarot and welcome to a new weekly series that I am going to be offering here on my YouTube channel. In addition to my general monthly tarot forecast, I am now offering a general weekly tarot forecast. And the way I will be doing this is I will be uploading 4 videos each week by element, so fire, water, earth, and air, and then within those videos I will break it down by each individual zodiac sign just to give you guys the most accurate forecast possible. So just continue watching till you get to either your sun, moon, or rising sign, and I really hope you enjoy this new weekly series. Hi Pisces, this is Tracy from 2nd-8th Tarot and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting November 2nd through November 8th, 2015, and this is for Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, and Pisces Rising signs. So Pisces, let's get started. At the bottom of the deck, Pisces, I do have the 3 of Wands, which is a very nice card. It's a card talking about your ships coming in. It's also a card talking about things finally getting rooted, things taking root. This card represents expansion and growth. So a very, very lovely energy. Your ships are coming in, everything you've worked for. There's more stability, expansion, growth. Things have finally, become firmly planted in the ground. This card represents stability to me as well. So a very nice energy. All right. All right. Okay. Very nice, Pisces. You have a few major arcana cards here. So definitely a significant week for you because this is a tiny little weekly spread. So to have 3, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 3 major arcana cards, that is a lot. All right. We start out, Pisces, with the moon, which I am technically actually filming this on, I believe today is October 27th, and this is actually a full moon right now when I'm filming this video. But okay, so what this is telling me is you actually have 2 cards here that represent intuition. So I feel as though really right in the beginning of this week, November 2nd to the 8th, right in the beginning of this week, your intuition is going to be very important. Sometimes the moon card can represent shapes and shadows aren't always what they seem to be. It can talk about, the unknown details or just things that, have not come out into the open yet. It literally represents things that you might not know about, the unknown. For you, though, because you have 2 cards that represent intuition, I feel as though more so this card is really focusing on intuition. Feel like your intuition is going to be very, very important to you, and that can be in regards to some situation that happened in your past, or I do have the 6 of Cups here, so I feel as though your intuition could be important when maybe someone from your past comes back, Pisces, just because the 6 of Cups can represent someone from our past coming back. If not, it can represent, happiness, thinking back about thinking back to fond memories, thinking back to fond times that you had, very nice times where you were very happy. Thinking back to your childhood, or thinking back to, you know, past relationships, or thinking about people that were in your life. But this card can show up when people from our past are, you know, either come back into our life, they reappear, or we hear from them out of the blue. And I feel like for a lot of Pisces, I feel like that's more the case, the larger majority. This is talking about someone from your past. It can be a Virgo, because I do have the Hermit card here, which the Hermit can literally represent the sign of Virgo. For some Pisces, that could just very well be a Virgo. You'll have to let me know. But if not, what this is saying is taking some alone time with the Hermit. It's all about going within, taking some alone time. The Hermit is actually quite intuitive, and he's very spiritual. So if you are faced with some sort of situation from your past, I would say just literally, you know, before you move and go forward with anything, definitely take some alone time, go within. Things will be illuminated. And with the Moon card as well, the Moon actually illuminates things that we don't know about. So, you know, there could be some sort of situation from your past that's being illuminated right in the beginning of the week. You could learn something. And I'm saying that, and I feel like that's going to be very significant for some Pisces as well, because I especially with this spread, look at how the cards are interacting with one another. And the Hermit here is actually holding up a lantern, and it's illuminating the Six of Cups card here. So he's like illuminating the situation. He's seeing something. He's finding something out. You could be finding something out, or something from the past gets illuminated. So you could definitely be learning something in the beginning of this week, Pisces. If not, I feel as though your intuition is going to be very, very important in the beginning of this week. Probably the whole week in general. Always, you know, let your intuition guide you. Definitely always look within and go within and ask yourself first before proceeding with something. But I feel like for some Pisces, things will be coming out. Things will be illuminated. Financially, I think you're looking very, very nice this week, Pisces. You have the Nine of Pentacles, which is a gorgeous card, lovely card. It's financial and material abundance. It's being able to afford those little extras in life. You know, this person in the card has animals. She has a beautiful garden. She has a lovely home. It's nicely decorated. So you're definitely you know, doing quite well. You can afford those little extras, and that very well could be because maybe, you know, you have some sort of new money coming in. You have the Ace of Pentacles here, which is actually the overall energy for the entire week. Ace of Pentacles represents something new coming in, some sort of new opportunity. And because it's Pentacles, it very well could be talking about new money coming in. This could be a new job. This could be a new way to make money, maybe a new part-time job. It's just some sort of new money. You know, Ace of Pentacles can also stand for many other different things. This could represent marriage or childbirth even. It really could be any sort of new beginning or new abundance in our life. But I feel as though for definitely some Pisces, this is definitely a new way to make money or a new opportunity. Some sort of new beginning, definitely new beginning here. I feel as though a cycle is ending. You have the Ten of Swords here. And for me, when I see this card, what I go to first, what this card represents for me is this is an ending to a difficult period in your life. This is the ending to a difficult situation. 10s represent completion. So I feel as though, you know, if you've gone through a lot in the past, this is definitely, the wheel is turning. This is the ending to this difficult cycle, and, you know, now, you know, we start a new cycle. There's a new chapter, a new beginning. Because, and we have the devil here. So for some of you, this is going to be talking about the ending to maybe a relationship. Maybe this was the ending to feeling trapped or bound to someone. Maybe this person actually stabbed you in the back. Maybe this person lied to you, or was just, you know, this person was very bad for you in some way. The Devil card for me represents unhealthy relationships, feeling bound and trapped to that person. You know, because the Devil is sitting right on top of the Ten of Swords, I feel like this is the ending. This is the ending to this difficult situation. Whatever this was for you, Pisces. If this was like a bad marriage or a bad relationship or a bad partnership or whatever this is talking about, this is the ending of it, finally. Because we have the Ten of Swords right below, which is the ending to a difficult situation. And I see you celebrating it. I see you really celebrating it. I have the Ten of Cups here, which is all about emotional abundance and just your family, friends, just being just absolutely just happy, being just thrilled, happy, feeling very fortunate, feeling emotionally content. I see you spending time with your family. You're extremely happy. And then I see you also celebrating. You have the Ten of Cups with the Three of Cups, which is all about celebrations, good times. You know, maybe you spend time with your family, and then you also get to go out with your friends. I see you talking a lot. You could be talking about this ending to the situation. You're celebrating, you're talking about it. You know, this is you leaving this week, going into the following week very happy, you know. This is a great energy. You could be celebrating this Ace of Pentacles here. This new beginning. And things really moving forward and expanding. With this card here, this is all about growth, expansion. Your ship's coming in as well. So you could be celebrating this growth, this expansion. There's definitely a lot to be happy for, and definitely a lot to celebrate. You look like you're doing very well, Pisces. Things are, it seems like they're going a lot better. Again, the ending to some sort of difficult situation. Maybe there were some Pisces that were still maybe bound to a particular person or situation. But maybe this new beginning is actually going to pull you away from it. I think that definitely take your alone time, definitely go within. In the beginning of the week, I feel like your intuition is going to play a huge role, and then even maybe some things are illuminated about the past. Maybe it's some things are illuminated about this. Maybe this person is from your past and these things are getting illuminated. So definitely an interesting spread. It's a beautiful spread. Interesting but very beautiful things here going on. Lots of lovely energy. I see you very satisfied, emotionally content now. You're in a happy place, Pisces, and I love that. I love that. So right now what I'm going to do, Pisces, is just pull you an additional guidance cards. Please show me some additional guidance for Pisces. What does Pisces need to know? Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising signs for the week of November 2nd. through the 8th. Please show me one last card, some additional guidance for Pisces. Very interesting. Both of these cards dropped out, Pisces, so I am going to take both of them. They just literally, as I'm shuffling, they both just dropped out. So, very significant, I feel these cards will be. The first one we have is third eye chakra, which is, what do you know? It's your intuition. Third eye. That's pretty amazing, Pisces. That's the third card that represents intuition. And then the second card we have is sacrifice. So this is actually a major arcana card in this deck. So I will read the third eye chakra card first. Okay. This is most often talked about of all the chakras. And clairvoyance, inner seeing, intuition, and higher levels of consciousness are all associated with this energy center. Found between your eyebrows and just above the bridge of your nose, it works closely with the throat and crown chakras and will assist you with your psychic and intuitive inner guidance. To balance the third eye chakra, I recommend that you practice walking, meditations, breath work, yoga, tai chi, visualizations, and color therapy. Don't just focus on this one chakra as part of your development, as it's important to remember that they all should all be in balance in order to work in a unison and harmonious way. Very, very, very nice. So your third eye chakra, Pisces, is extremely important. All of your chakras are extremely important, and it just wants you to work on balance, you know, breath work, meditating, visualizing, all of that will help. And now we have sacrifice. Powerful achievements are usually born as a result of a great sacrifice. This card represents self-sacrifice in a time when you should look around your life to see what needs to be released. By surrendering and letting go, there will be more room to receive. The rewards for this are transformation, wisdom, gratitude, and enlightenment. This card signifies that there's a situation happening or about to occur in your life and you can't control the outcome. This would be a good movement to pause, rest, or have patience, reflect, or meditate. It would be wise to stand back so you can learn to look at events with a more understanding, intuitive eye. Try to view people, issues, or problems from a different perspective. As you can achieve this, it will have a profound effect on your soul and your life. The sacrifice card can also symbolize a period of transition and change. The solutions you seek may be slow in coming, for it could be necessary to live into the answers, accept the things that you can't control, heal, and leave the past behind. Move toward your future and watch your new doors opening and paths that are being shown to you. In the traditional tarot, this is actually the Hanged Man. They just put a little bit of a different spin on it. This is their version, and it actually comes through a little bit more powerful in my eyes. I actually like how they portray the Hanged Man in this book. So definitely a lot going on here, Pisces. Definitely some significant energy. This was another major arcana card that I did pull. I feel as though your intuition is very strong. There might be the need for balance, but other than that, what I feel is mostly this card is talking about is your intuition, obviously, your third eye chakra, which would be the third card in the spread to really talk about that. So it's definitely important this week. Definitely take your alone time. Definitely go within. Some things definitely could come out in the open. And I really do hope you enjoy this reading, Pisces. Enjoy your week. Hi Cancer, this is Tracy from 2nd-8th Tarot, and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting November 2nd through November 8th, 2015. And this is for Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, and Cancer Rising signs. So Cancer, let's get started. Cancer, at the bottom of the deck, I do have the Five of Pentacles, which can be talking about a feeling as though being left out in the cold, or this card represents a feeling of lack. You can feel as though there is a lack of something in your life. It can be financial lack. This card doesn't represent you not having enough financially. If we're talking about money, it just represents the feeling like you don't have enough. There's a feeling of lack, and because this is a general reading, you know, this could be feeling a lack of really anything in your life. It doesn't particularly have to focus upon finances. It can really be talking about anything because it's a general reading. All right, so Cancer. Okay. We have 3 major arcana cards here. So definitely a significant week. I would say, you know, definitely some Cancers, you know, there are some Cancers, because this is a general reading. This is going to, you know, give me the energies. They're going to make this reading be focused on the Cancers that really need to hear this most. So I feel like the Cancers that really need to hear this particular forecast for this week, you might have a lot going on, and you're trying to balance. The overall energy that I do have is the Two of Pentacles, which typically talks about someone juggling their finances. They're trying to make ends meet. They're, you know, they're juggling. They're trying to make ends meet, balance. This card represents balance, balancing one area of your life with another area of your life. But because I'm looking at your other cards here, I feel like for the majority of Cancers, this is saying you're coping. This is more of, yes, trying to stay in balance, but you're coping, you're dealing. That's what this card is really talking about for me. You're dealing with these situations that are going on around you. I feel like you're going to be taking a break. This is what you're opening the week with. It is the Four of Swords. I feel like you will be taking a break or taking a time out from some sort of change or situation that you're going through this week. And this could be ongoing. This could be from a previous week, or this could be something that, you know, just takes place this week. Or maybe some of you are getting over this finally, and this is taking place in the past. because sometimes cards will come up when you're finally, you know, getting over a situation and things are finally getting put behind you. So the energy is still there. But I feel as though, you know, this Four of Swords is a card traditionally of a soldier, a warrior who is out on the battlefield. You know, they're exhausted. They've been out on the battlefield, and now it's their time to come in to recuperate, to recharge their batteries, and just you know, take some alone time, get some rest. So this is what you're starting out the week with, and it could be very well because, you know, you've had some sort of massive change happen in your life. And this doesn't have to be a card that, you know, really shakes up your entire world and it's talking about massive destruction or devastating destruction within your life. It doesn't have to be talking about that. This could literally be talking about a structure for me, some sort of property, or literally a structure, real estate, a home, or something like that. Or it can represent just a change. Your life is no longer the same. There's some sort of change that takes place, and sometimes that change can be for the better, in my opinion, the way that I read this card. It's just some sort of very significant, profound change that does change your life. But because it's sitting directly next to the Three of Swords, I feel like for some Cancers watching this, this could be like the ending of a relationship. This could be some sort of change that takes place, you know, that brings you, you know, some sadness, some pain, some heartache, even loss. For some Cancers, maybe this is why you need your alone time. Maybe this is why you feel the lack and you're just being able to cope. You know, you're just getting by, you're just being able to cope with everything. You are going to take your alone time, definitely, though. You know, I do have the Ten of Swords directly over the Three of Swords. For me, what this card always represents is tens represent completion. So for me, this is the ending to a difficult situation in your life. First and foremost, that's what this stands for. Alternately, this could represent, you know, someone stabbing you in the back, maybe someone not having your best interest, someone lying, someone cheating, someone hurting you in some way. But again, with that comes the ending of this. The worst is now behind you. So if you did just find something like that out, you know, this is as bad as it's gonna get. This situation is over now. It's being put to bed. It's done. You will have to heal. Your heart will have to heal, and you'll have to move past this. But you're still completing a cycle. You're still moving forward, and you know, you will have a new beginning. There's a new cycle that's beginning, and with that, you know, comes excitement, comes just change is good for us. It's good for the soul. New things come in, and you know, it's good for us. It also, if this is the ending to a relationship, this is making room, this is making space within your life for new abundance, for new people, and new things to come in. Sometimes that's why our world is shaken up, and these, you know, these instances actually play out in our life, and it's because, you know, unseen forces are taking a hold of the situation, and they're eliminating it for us, because it's not good for us. And maybe sometimes we can't see that, and so the universe comes in, they take care of it, and they're making room for much better things to come in. But I feel for a lot of you, you know, this could be even talking, if this isn't talking about a relationship, this could be talking about some sort of loss of maybe a piece of property, loss of a home even. Unfortunately, I hate to say that, but, you know, it is a general reading, so I do have to throw it out there. And then again, for other people, this is maybe something that already previously happened, and then now you're finally getting over it, and maybe that's why I have the Ten of Swords here, because this is signifying the ending to this situation. You know, with the ending to a cycle, we now have, you know, the wheel is turning, we have a new cycle, new chapter beginning. So for some of you, this could be an old energy, and it's just coming up with this Ten of Swords to let me know you're moving past that. And you've been balancing, you've been coping, you might have taken a break, taken some alone time to heal. I do have the Emperor here. This could have been someone in your life maybe you turned to for some sort of guidance, maybe within this situation. This could be a person connected to this situation. The Emperor represents authority, represents... he also represents stability and success. So for some people, this will be an actual person in your life, someone who, you know, is very wise, someone who has these characteristics. Maybe someone you work with, maybe a family member, maybe a father or grandfather, maybe that you turn to for some sort of guidance with this situation. Or, you know, and then others, this is going to be the characteristics that you take on. You know, you're ready to move forward. This is you coming in strong, getting over this. This is you moving forward, getting over this. This is someone, a man who wants to be in control. The Emperor is very much in control. He represents stability and practicality and success. And this is a very wise man. And he's a very strong-minded individual. So this could really be you saying, you know what, I'm moving forward, I'm taking charge, I'm in control, and I'm just moving forward. And you're leaving this week, going into the next week with the energy of the Queen of Swords. So very much this could be your energy that you're moving into the next week with, which this is very much a focused, determined, very strong-minded, very strong-willed queen here. This is my warrior queen. She holds this sword. She's not afraid to use it. She will cut negative people, situations right out of her life. And yes, this could be like a water sign person that comes in your life more towards the end of the week going into the next week, but I feel as though for a larger majority this is the characteristics that you're taking on. You're very determined, you're very focused, you're moving on from this. And I tell you that because you have the Eight of Swords here, which is someone who really is in their head too much. They have fears and anxieties holding them back. But you know what? The way the cards are talking to each other and what they're showing me is I feel as though very strongly this Queen of Swords, this is your characteristics that you're leaving this week with, and she's walking away from this. You're leaving all of this tragedy behind you, and you're walking forward. I feel that very strongly, Cancer, for many of you. And you have one of the all-time beautiful, best major arcana cards right next to the Emperor, and right on top of the Queen of Swords you have the Star, which is a beautiful card. First of all, when this card shows up in a spread, I know that you're being divinely guided. You're being divinely guided through this situation. You have angels and your spirit guides with you, guiding you and helping you, healing you. But also, this is a card that represents faith, keeping the faith, remaining hopeful, knowing that better days lie ahead. This card gives us reassurance that these better days lie ahead. To never give up hope, that they're coming in. You're being guided towards them. This is also a card where, you know, some sort of wish could finally be coming true. This is maybe something you've been wishing upon a star for. It's a very lovely card. So you know, it's telling you to remain hopeful after some sort of trying time. I really feel as though this is your energy with the Emperor and the Queen of Swords. For you, I mean, very much this could be someone you turn to for guidance, the Emperor as well. But I really feel you're leaving this week, going into the next week with this energy here, which is my Warrior Queen. This is a tough cookie right here. Very strong woman. No matter if you're a man or a woman, this is a very strong-minded individual. So you're still doing okay. You're doing quite fine. You're not emotional. So whatever this is, you're not emotional. You're not distraught. You're not emotionally unbalanced or scattered or anything like that. You're coming in strong. Like I said, you're a tough cookie. You got a lot of will and a lot of drive, a lot of determination, and you're extremely focused. Just remain hopeful, and that's all you need. And stay in control, and you're going to be quite fine. So what I will do now for you, Cancer, is just pull you one last card, one last guidance card. Let's see, one last message for Cancer. Please show me some additional guidance for Cancer. Oh, cards are flipping out. They haven't come out yet, but they want to. I'm telling you, they want to come out. Let's see if any flip out. Those will be the most significant one that actually comes out. All right, here we go. Oh. Okay. Heartache and loss, which, you know, we already do have that here already. But I still will read it. The meaning of this card revolves around disappointment, sorrow, and separation, which can cause upheaval and distress. It takes all the strength you have at this moment in order to move past the pain and heal your heart. The love that has been given to another should now be focused on you, yourself. Although you might look at this card as being negative, it can act as a tremendous catalyst, encouraging you to move on. The painful experiences of life are just as valuable as the joyous ones. You may not appreciate that sentiment at this challenging time, but life does have a way of pushing you forward, even though you may not always know the final destination. As you endure this period, learn not to dwell on the past, but use your strong mental control to deal with your emotions. Have faith in knowing that you will get through this. Just like I said, Cancer, just like I said, you're very strong, very strong. And what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. So just keep your faith, remain strong, remain in control, and everything's going to be fine, Cancer. I wish you the best. Take care. Hi, Scorpio. This is Tracy from 2nd-8th Tarot, and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast for the week starting November 2nd through November 8th, 2015. And this is for Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, and Scorpio Rising signs. So, Scorpio, let's get started. All right, Scorpio. So at the bottom of the deck, I do have the Queen of Cups, which literally is you. Queen of Cups represents the water signs. So definitely I feel as though you're coming in quite strong with your natural characteristics this week. Very sensitive, very loving, warm, generous, compassionate, passionate, sensual. Intuition might be strong this week as well. The Queen of Cups is very intuitive, and I also do have the Moon card here in the spread. So definitely intuition could be a big factor this week. Definitely look within and rely upon it if you need to. But definitely very, very lovely energy with the Queen of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. All right, so let's take a look. Okay, very nice cards. We start out with a card that's been popping up in almost all of the readings this week. Four of Rods, Scorpio. Very nice card. This is my happy home card, my happy house and home card. So things could be very good within the home right in the beginning of the week. You could be spending a lot of time at home. This is the card that represents a very stable home life, a very comforting, nice, stable environment. You might have a very nice support system, whether that be family or friends that you live with, or just around you as a support system. This card also represents celebrations or just family gatherings. You could have maybe a party or just have family over, be spending time with family. This card does represent marriage sometimes, or even moving to a new home. It can represent special occasions like that. Very lovely card, and you're starting off the week with this, so I would say maybe some sort of celebration or party or get together, or just, you know, this is simply just representing a nice home life. Just a really nice card to start the week off with. Right next to the Four of Rods, I do have the Moon card, which the Moon card, you know, represents our intuition, definitely. It also can represent shapes and shadows aren't always what they appear to be or seem to be. This card represents the unknown and things becoming illuminated sometimes, things becoming known to us, things being seen clearly. For some of you, that can be, you know, within the home, because this is talking about your home life. If you do have a partnership or relationship where you guys live together, this could be talking about maybe, you know, something might become illuminated, maybe about the home or a family situation, or even about your relationship or partnership. That's definitely a possibility. The overall energy that I have, Scorpio, is the Five of Pentacles, which is a feeling of lack or a feeling of being out in the cold or not having enough. Typically, that will be talking about finances, but really it can be, because this is general reading, this can be in a general sense. It could really be talking about anything. Just a feeling of lack, feeling like you're lacking something, maybe even within the relationship or within the home for some Scorpios. I have the Knight of Rods here, which is a very nice card. It's a fast-paced energy. It's talking about movement. This card can come up when you are moving to a new home. So, I mean, for some Scorpios, this could be why this Four of Rods is coming up right in the beginning of the week. Maybe you are moving to a new home. Maybe you're moving in with your partner. Maybe you felt a lack within the relationship even, and it was more so not talking about your spouse, or maybe it was a lack of closeness. Maybe it was a lack of spending time together, and now you want to maybe move in together. You know, it doesn't always have to be negative with this card. Because I do see you looking out. You have the Two of Rods here, which is looking out upon the horizons and really determining and deciding which direction you would like to go in, which path you would really like to set out on. You're holding the world within your hand, and you're really looking out, deciding which way you'd like to go, which path you'd like to take. So this is you making a decision. You could have, you know, you're making a decision maybe to move, or you're maybe making a decision to move forward in some sense. I feel as though whatever this is talking about, this is something you're quite passionate about. You do have quite a few rods right here. These are 3 rods cards, which is, you know, fire, energy, very, very passionate and driven. And this is a lot of creative, fast-paced energy, fast-moving energy. It has an exciting feeling to it, even. But even, you know, with the Queen of Cups here at the bottom of the deck, I feel as though this is a situation you really care a lot about, Scorpio. This is something you really care about. I feel for the majority of you, of Scorpios out there. This is something you care about. This is something you're looking within. You're making a decision. You're choosing to go down a path. You could be saving your money or just hanging on to the relationship, hanging on to a person. I feel like for some Scorpios, that's what this is talking about. For others, it might be talking about your finances. I have the Four of Pentacles, which is a very conservative card. This talks about hanging on tightly. Normally, this talks about saving your money more than you're spending it. You're saving your money. For some of you, because it's a general reading, this could be talking about saving your money maybe for a new house. Saving your money to really move forward with some particular plan or idea that you're quite passionate about. But then for others, it can be talking about hanging on to a relationship, because I do have the Four of Pentacles sitting directly on top of the Lovers, which, you know, can be talking about a relationship. The Lovers also represents a decision that needs to be made, something that we're really weighing our head versus our heart, trying to decide whether, or between our head and our heart. I really feel for some of you, this is a relationship you're choosing to stay in, or you're choosing to hang on to. This is something or someone you care very much about. Maybe you're choosing to even move in together, or you're choosing to move forward with that person, or just move forward with the decision you're making. Maybe you're not staying with them. Maybe I'm talking to two different groups of Scorpios watching this, because some of you can be moving forward with a decision that you're making. You're moving forward with the decision that you're making, and then others are moving forward with the relationship. And I feel strongly this is 2 separate groups, because this Knight of Rods is looking the other way. He's not looking the same way as the Two of Rods. And the Two of Rods is you looking out and making a decision. They're looking in opposite directions. But the Two of Rods is looking directly over at the Lovers. So I feel as though for some of you, this is you choosing to stay in a relationship, or choosing to make a decision or stay in a relationship But this Knight of Rods here is going in the opposite direction. This is, this could be a person in your life. This could be a fire sign. If you are choosing to make a decision and you're even cutting this person out of your life, because you do have the Ace of Swords here, you know, this is them going their separate way for some of you. Because the Ace of Swords can literally come up when we're cutting negative people or situations out of our lives. The Ace of Swords also represents success and victory, triumph, victory, new beginnings, the spark of an idea of a new beginning. It's like the things that set in motion, the events that take place up to some sort of new beginning that takes place, that manifest. So I really feel this is going to be talking to two separate groups of Scorpios. This King of Pentacles could be relevant as well. This could be an earth sign around. Maybe there's some Scorpios that are leaving a fire sign person, or just someone with these fire sign characteristics. This Knight of Rods individual behind, and then maybe they're choosing to move forward with maybe another relationship. It could be someone who's more earthy, more grounded, more practical. That can just be the case maybe for some Scorpios. Whatever the case is, you're leaving this week, going into the next week with just, you know, victory and triumph. This is just, you know, it's a great card, great energy. It's very powerful. You're very much in control, I feel. Very much in power. Just definitely, you know, go within. Definitely go within, Scorpio. Because you have two cards here that represent your intuition. So right now what I'm going to actually do is pull you an additional guidance card, just for some clarity and also some additional guidance. So please show me some additional guidance for Scorpio. Please show me some additional guidance for Scorpio for the week November 2nd through the 8th for Scorpio. Please show me additional guidance for Scorpio. Additional guidance for Scorpio. Okay, cards are falling out. Awareness. Oh my goodness. Okay. Awareness. And this is actually a Major Arcana card in this deck as well. So another Major Arcana card. This card is one of the key reminders that you already possess all of the tools to guide and direct you in your life, whether it's wisdom, intuition, psychic skill, creativity, self-motivation, love, willpower, physical ability, or just pure courage. They're all part of you. Once you learn to tap into and use them, you'll be amazed by the power and effect they can have. You have the ability to allow the universe to work in partnership with you. Together, you can manifest change, whatever you desire may be, and bring about a positive outcome. This card represents your ability to create your own reality, to set ideas into motion and watch them grow. This card is often drawn when you're ready to switch directions, start a new project, or change careers. Now is the time to use positive thoughts, visualizations, and affirmations as you veer away from negativity. Knowledge is power and can lead to success. By having faith and keeping your willpower strong and directed, and by tapping into the tools that you possess, as well as calling on the magic from the universe, you can accomplish anything and everything you set out to do. In the traditional tarot, this is the Magician card. So very nice reading, Scorpio. It definitely resonates with the rest of the cards here, that's for sure. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Scorpio, and I hope you have a great week.